views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. Once again, I'm joined with Monica, the Spirit Queen, our amazing reoccurring guest that we absolutely love, and I'm so excited to have you back on.
I'm so happy to be back. Thank you.
Yes, and so today there's a lot to talk about today, but but the first thing we'll talk about our ghost hunt a little bit, but let's talk about these items that everyone is seeing on the table right now.
You guys are gonna see that in just two. I did not do that. Okay, so I have the ghost radar on going.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I brought a couple of items to show you. We're gonna talk about like haunted items, if it's safe for you guys to have it in your home, what you should do with it if you don't want it,
Right.
what the side effects could be. Of course, I have my hair. So this first one is a dream catcher. I love this. It's been hanging up on my wall from day one I got it. This was actually in Bonnie Springs. We were the only investigators to actually do an investigation in one of the main haunted room they had, which I believe it was 208, before they tore down the whole place. And the story behind this is the staff, the maids, and the managers all told me that every time they would walk in the room, either at that moment when they were there, this would fall off the wall because it was hanging on in that room, or it would already be on the ground, moved. I mean, it's not like it just falls. It's like it gets thrown off the wall. It gets picked up and moved in different locations in the room.
Wow.
And so I was happy that they actually gave
really
this to
cool.
me.
Yeah, that's
it's
really
awesome.
cool.
I love it. It's so pretty. Another one this is from the Pioneer Saloon we went to. It's an old postcard.
Oh, I think it just said something.
Stairs.
Interesting.
Was there stairs when we went over there? Pioneer Saloon? No, right? No, this was one of the old cabins that they had.
My glasses. I know it's talking.
Now it's saying locate. Sorry, guys. We're going to be all over the place today. So this was at the Pioneer Saloon. We did an investigation.
Oh my
class.
gosh, it is talking.
Oh
a lot.
my gosh. This is it said class, and I'm going to tell you why in just a quick second. But anyways, real quick. So we did this investigation the first time we went there. We went there a couple of times, and they actually have a cemetery there that's really awesome too. Arm. Sure, you can massage my arm. So, I mean, I'm telling you, I bring spirits everywhere I go, so they talk. So this was a really good experience. The first, I think a bunch of other investigators went there as well, but we were lucky enough to get this. It's an old postcard. They said it's haunted. It was haunted at one time over there. This is actually one of the items to answer your question. It just slipped out of my mind. It's not haunted anymore, but it was when it was there, and I had to set that spirit free.
Oh, wow.
So I did not want it to be attached to this anymore. It had to move on. So the reason why my ghost radar said class is this is from Bonnie Springs as well. It's an old newspaper dated back. Where's the date on it? I don't know. There's no date on it. It's really, really old though. Anyways, so we found this in a classroom, and that's why I said class. We found this in a classroom, as you guys can see, everybody. While we were doing an investigation, when we were there late at night, and that classroom was actually closed to the public. Right. Nobody could enter that. Right. So we were fortunate enough to get that permission and actually have security take us to different buildings in that location and do investigations. And we ran into this, and it actually caught my eye, and I really, really wanted. I love like old
Yeah, absolutely.
antique, items, and I love especially when they're haunted. It's so awesome.
See,
So,
I don't.
I do. No. But then see, you deal with me, so technically you're
Right.
haunted at times.
Oh, well, that's
Sometimes-
not good.
Sometimes no.
Oh my God, I have to tell you something about my job. But okay, we'll do this. And I'll tell you. I forgot all about this. I have to
Okay.
tell you. Okay.
Real quick, what caught my eye? We have to find this place and see if it still exists. Las Vegas, Nevada, the first bank in Las Vegas, built in 1904 on First and Fremont Street. So I don't know if that building is still standing or not, but we definitely have to do a research, get our managers to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
1904. Okay.
1904.
First Bank. All right.
First and
let's
Fremont.
see if it's there. Hopefully.
Yeah, if it is, you guys count on it. We're definitely gonna go there.
Oh yeah. Very cool. And so the newspaper is haunted as well.
Yes, I love this newspaper. In fact, we put this in our closet, and it literally relocates itself every once in a while.
Really. Really. And what is attached to it? Like what type of spirits are attached to it? Is it one or multiple? Or?
There are multiple spirits, but they're not mischievous. You know what I mean? And the reason why I was okay for them to come home with me is because, like I said, they were going to literally demolish the whole building. I mean, everything. Bonnie Springs is no more.
The mill.
The mill. So Bonnie Springs is no more.
Right. Right.
And
Which is depressing.
what I did when I was there, I ended up having to go from one building to other multiple
Right.
different buildings. And we actually stayed there, I think, an extra night or two that we had to. I mean, I couldn't do all the work in one night,
Right.
And then we got the chance to interact with the spirits, and I felt bad because what my goal was to cross over as many spirits as I possibly could before they demolished the whole place.
Right.
And so, some of them, I said, if you guys want to come with me, you could come with me. You could cross over, whatever, They still want to stay here and not move on. So, Monica's always haunted.
She every time you come around, I swear, like machines won't work, nothing's going on. The second you walk in, it's like everything goes off. But it's very cool.
I love that.
Yes. So that's amazing that you guys got to do Bonnie Springs. Is that on your YouTube page?
Yes.
Okay.
Monica Spirit Queen on my YouTube, so check it out.
Yes, and I love this new hat, by the way.
I know.
Can we talk about that? I love it.
Yes, I decided this is going to be like our crew hat when we do investigations.
Ah, very cool.
So, I'm thinking about making T-shirts for the public.
Oh.
The
I
hat,
was going to say you should definitely do merch. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
definitely. And then for the hat for the public, instead of saying Monica Spirit Queen, it's going to either say Paranormal Hour or just Spirit Queen. I mean, I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but we're still playing around with it to see.
I love it. Very cool. I really like it a lot. So.
We're getting you one.
Oh yes, I love it. And I actually have old Corey Daily Talk shirts that I completely forgot about until now. So we should wear those too one day.
Definitely.
Yes.
We're like all merchandise.
Merch out, and then we
just-
sell it all, so you guys
Oh,
can buy.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then so let's talk about the paranormal investigation we just did at El Cortez. That was insanity.
Ooh.
Like I don't think I've ever seen so much activity in
That's
one
on
night.
my channel. You guys have to check it out. We have, you know what? Can you get the ghost meter, please? So we had the ghost meter on, and it just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And at one point, I thought something was wrong with it
Right.
because it's never not stopped, constantly just beeping, like it was detecting like every freaking spirit that was
Yeah.
in there, and there was a lot. We could feel the heaviness, the energies there. We were having fun though.
Oh yeah, it was a blast.
And then, I took it home and I'm investigating it. I'm like, okay, was it just that location or?
Right.
And so I turned it on at home and it just wasn't. It wasn't going on
Really?
because none of my spirits were playing with it.
Right.
I told everybody to back off because I wanted to see if it's working or not. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
This is what I'm talking about. So that's what I was doing the whole time.
Right.
So I just turned it on, and if any of the spirits want to communicate with us, you guys will see that it will, make noises. It's like Christmas for them.
It is.
Also, we caught a lot of voices.
Yes. Yeah, that was, I think, the craziest. I got a new spirit box, which I wish I would have brought. I completely forgot about it. And I forgot Raggedy Ann dolls. I was going to bring them too, but I just, it's been a long week, you guys.
Very
so,
long.
So I think next show I will definitely try and remember to bring them.
Wait, you have a Raggedy Ann?
Oh, yeah, I have a Raggedy Ann and a Raggedy Andy. And so this is the story with it. We were actually on our way to do the show here, and but at our old studio, and we were having Dan Rivera, who is one of the people at the Warren Occult Museum. And so we had him on my show, and we were talking about Annabelle because I'm obsessed with it, and I just had this weird obsession with her. And so
Says somebody that's afraid of spirits, but yeah.
Oh, I'm terrified of her, but that's why I'm obsessed. I love stories and stuff,
Right.
but living it's a little different. but so we were talking about it, and I was with my manager, and she goes, "Oh my God, look!" And there was somebody putting a Raggedy Ann and a Raggedy Andy into the Goodwill box. And we were like, that is so weird. So we went there and we were like, please, 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 I'll pay you. Just please, can we have it? And so he's like, sure, whatever. And he gave it to us. And they were actually handmade Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy.
That is so much better.
It's so... it's insane, and they look amazing, and you could tell they're very, very old, and the fact that we were talking about Annabelle, and that exact moment we saw it was just really odd. And then I don't know, I have nothing ever really happened in our house, thank God. I've had couple weird
It's
things,
in your
but I
house,
don't think,
though, right?
Yeah, it's in our house, and we haven't had a lot of activity or anything. I mean, I've had some stuff, but nothing crazy, and I don't think anything related to them, but you get a weird feeling when you're by them. So I don't know if they are haunted. I would have to imagine, because it was just really weird.
I have to check it out.
How the whole thing, yeah.
Well, that explains how my dog leash got missing
yes,
too.
Yes, that was
I went to her
another one.
house. I took my dog on a leash. We all saw it. She had a leash on.
Completely, yeah.
Then we took the leash off,
and
and we put it. I think it was on the couch.
Yeah, probably.
We put it on the couch. I mean, we either there or on the dining room.
Yeah, somewhere. Just threw it down. I think you
It
talked
was
about
gone by the time we left.
Yeah, and it was. This is a few months ago.
Yeah.
And we just last week we cleaned our house up and down, top to bottom, and we were looking for the leash. Especially, we're like, we have to find this freaking leash. It was nowhere. Our house is completely solid, nothing, and we couldn't find your leash anywhere.
Damn spirits need to leave our stuff alone.
I know,
especially our animals.
Exactly. You can mess with me all you want, but not my animals.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Well, if any of you guys have a Raggedy Ann and you don't want it because you're afraid of it, you might think it's haunted, and you just literally don't want it, you can donate it to me because I'm looking for one. Seriously,
Okay,
I
yeah.
really want one.
Yeah, well, you have to see mine. I wonder if there's anything connected, because you get a weird feeling when you're, and
Bring it in.
really, the fact that we were talking about, and the second we were talking about it, they were there. It was just really weird, the whole situation.
She just got me excited.
Yes. So I gotta bring them, but I'll bring it next time for sure.
Awesome.
Yes, but the El Cortez was insanity. It was immediately you had to walk up a flight of stairs to get to the room we had, and immediately I just felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt so heavy.
Before you get to the top of the
before
stairs,
you even get to
could
the top,
feel it.
you felt and you could feel, you could even, it was hard to
was
move because it was just
wobbly.
so
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah, and so I got in, and everyone was feeling the same way. I think every single one in our party was feeling the exact same way. And I was with my manager at first, and she left the room for a little bit, so I went to the bathroom, and when I was in the bathroom, I heard, and I kept thinking, okay, maybe it's a luggage rolling down, or pipes or something. I try to be reasonable.
Right.
I don't immediately like to jump to, it's a
Debunking
spirit. Right. And so the second I left the bathroom, it stopped. It completely stopped and didn't do it. And it was going on the whole time I was in there, and the second I left. And then one of the first things you said when you came in, you're like, someone just walked into the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw. I walked in there.
Exactly. And I was like, oh my God.
Before anything, before turning the cameras on, taking the equipment out, I had no idea what was going on. I was actually parking my car when you
Right.
texted me, like, hurry.
Yeah, I was like,
Something,
there's
you
so
know.
much going on.
She's like,
here.
hurry up and get here. I go, I'm parking my car.
And I turn on, so I wanted to check with the ghost box because you never know, there might be faulty equipment, just like you said with your ghost meter. You want to test it before you use it.
Yeah.
And so at my house, I turned on the ghost box and nothing went on. And I was like, okay, that's good. It's not, nothing's stopping it. I turned it on El Cortez when I was by myself, which was very stupid. But the second I turned it on, it said hello. And like something said, it was just insanity. And then you came in and just got even more crazy. And I don't know, there's a lot of activity that happened.
Very
there.
much so. I actually got a lot of messages from you guys after I posted that video. Oh, they just drained my battery on my camera. Lovely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they do that. But what was I saying?
You got a lot of messages.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long week.
No,
She's not
yes.
kidding. So I did. I received a lot of messages from a lot of people telling me that they felt so bad for Jackie. Jackie was the original owner of
Yeah.
the El Cortez. So we did get a lot of activity and direct connection from him.
I think he was happy to be there. Like, I think he liked it there, really.
He did not want to leave.
Yeah, he didn't.
I
He
did
loved it
clear
there.
that room afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't mean to kick people out, but I really have to do this. I just had to, because they were telling me they wanted to be free.
Right.
And so when it came to Jackie, I asked him again, do you want to stay or do you want to go? And no, he wanted to stay. He does have a little bit of a sad story, but and a lot of people were telling me they felt so bad for him and they were feeling him as they were watching the show that we did, the investigation. And then it was so cool because we caught it. Your manager caught it on camera.
Yes,
the outline
actual
of the hand.
Yeah.
Because I held up my hand and I said, "Come hold my hand." And the minute I felt him holding my hand, and
See,
they're
it tells
popping.
them right
They're,
where
it's
you said
confirming
it.
it.
Papa.
Papa,
How interesting.
Jackie,
Jackie.
was he a dad? Can you do a research real quick? Babe, thank you. So yeah, and as you guys could tell, this has been quiet.
It's
So
not
it
going
was
off.
the room
Yeah.
with the spirits.
Yeah.
It was just insane,
That's crazy. Crazy.
insane. And then the seance that
Yes,
I
the
did.
seance we just recently did in Pahrump for that store. Interesting. I'm trying to think. But the seance he just did for housewarming, actually, which I think it's awesome that she wanted to do a seance for her housewarming.
It was crazy.
But so much stuff happened, and so many people came through,
Yeah.
and she has actually Raggedy Ann and Andy, and yeah, you talked to them, and you said about the spirit that was attached to it, and the dummies. Like, there's just so much stuff.
Yes, plan. In fact, Raggedy Ann did not want to be in that dark room,
Right.
and so she told me that she'd rather be popped up somewhere because she wants to see and watch everything.
Wow.
So that was really cool. Also, I reviewed my video, which I'm working. I'm trying to have some time to put in there so I could do some editing and cutting out unnecessary. Because I
Right.
did record from beginning to end, and
Yeah.
you guys don't need to see the boring just talking before the starting
Right,
part.
right.
But there was a couple of orbs that my camera caught.
Really?
Plus, there was a whistle, and nobody was whistling.
Wow.
And at that moment, it was just me talking.
Wow.
And at that moment, it was me talking directly to a spirit. And then a whistle came through the camera. So I
Wow.
can't wait till you guys see that.
Really? And then at the end of the night, too, we even heard a really weird noise come from this wasn't on camera or anything, but because you were saying that there was a portal open, and we were just and
In
we
that
was
back room.
right, and we were just wrapping up the night, nothing, and then my manager and I and the homeowner and you too, you heard it, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah. All of a sudden we heard this weird, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a cat scratch and a monster like combined. I don't even know how to describe it. It was so weird. I never heard a
Some
noise
of them
like
said
that
it
in
was
my
a
life.
weird noise, and then one of them said that it was a growl. Like,
Yeah.
we couldn't figure out exactly what it was because, again, I was in the middle of talking.
Right.
I should quit talking so much. And right then and there is like I caught like the last end of it, And then everybody's like, where's it coming? And I'm like, right there in the back room. That's what I said. There was a portal
Yeah.
open. It's in the back room. And so, you know, I took you guys over
And the
there
whole
and
room
showed
was
you.
just so much colder than the rest of the house and stuff. And
Yep,
it's
it's
great.
great.
Okay, is that not what I just said? A cat's got. There you go. That is
It's
so
confirming
weird.
it.
That was freaky though. It
Yep.
was very freaky. But it was like it just confirmed everything you just said. Now.
Now, tell me your name.
Because it's right here.
You can use my energy and come and play with this toy right here. Again, it just depends on their energy.
Right. Absolutely.
If they have a lot of energy like they did at the El Cortez, it'll go off
Yeah, and then
nonstop.
at the El Cortez too, which our video is being edited. We'll have it out soon. As soon as we do, we'll post it and everything as well. But your video is up too, and I know a lot of people saw that too. And it was just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh! But a demon voice came through, and it was messing with your husband. Like it was just, I was so crazy. And then I got a bloody nose. And
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It was just a
The
mess.
bloody
The
nose
whole
was
night
fun.
Was a mess. It was awesome. Yeah, it was so good.
You know what? In fact, after you guys left, my husband got sick.
Really?
And he couldn't stop throwing up. But then he was fine after we left.
Wow.
And that was this is why I work alone, and a lot of people don't understand. The amount of work I do and the things that I work with, I can't have somebody else in the same room with me.
Yeah, no, I
because
understand.
people do get it. Even my husband, he got affected.
Wow.
And he should have been out of the room, but he's with me most of the time, and that's what happens. But yeah, he was fine afterwards, though.
Wow. How interesting.
It was just that process of opening the portal and all these, spiritual energies. They actually heighten up even more when I was opening the portals to set them free and cross them over. So, sometimes their energies are a little too much for people.
Yeah.
And they can't handle it, not because they're weak, but because it's
No,
just too
It's
much.
a lot. Yeah.
You know?
No, every time we go out with you, I'm like drained. Just like there's no other word
You're
for
welcome.
it. But drained. But you're just completely drained after. And I'm not even with you when you do the like big opening of the portal and cleansing
Yeah.
and stuff. So I can't even imagine what it's like for him and anyone that was by
Oh,
you.
absolutely, absolutely. That's why, for safety reasons, and sometimes I have to forcefully push them out because, certain ones don't belong in certain locations, and they've been there for far too long, and, they're just comfortable, or the mischievous ones that want to stay there and go after people and scare people and hurt them. And I'm just like, nope, that's not fair. When I forcefully do it, it's dangerous if there's somebody with me because they can attach themselves to that person and actually do some harm to them
Wow.
just because they're mad.
Wow. How interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Before I forget again, I want to tell you. Okay, so I have a job as well out of this, and I watch security cameras.
Can I have a
as
normal
part
job?
of this. I watch security cameras. That's part of the thing I do is I watch security cameras, but you're not like constantly watching them. It's just there, and we look at them time to time. Well, I had this feeling to look at the security camera, and the second I did, I just saw something black run across one of the things. Now we have a lot of loose kittens or something, so I thought maybe it was just a loose kitten. So I played it back, and it was this big giant shadow black orb thing. It was huge, and I watched it, and it flew from outside to like right where the camera is, and I was like, okay, maybe it's a bird or something. So I try to be
A
like
bird indoors?
No, it was outdoors.
Oh,
It was outdoors.
okay.
I always try to be skeptical because
Right.
like I said, I don't like always saying, oh, it's absolutely a ghost. I like
Yeah.
to be
We try to
completely legit.
debunk it as much as we can
Absolutely.
so you guys could see the difference between the real thing, what is
Right.
actually happening, or it could be, something that's explainable.
Right. And so I played it back, and I had everyone in my whole place. I was like, look at this. And it literally flew. You can see it, like, fly through the wall and everything. Like, it was just so crazy. And so I was playing it back, and I accidentally rewinded too far. And I saw two more on the other side of the camera like 30 seconds before the big one. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is like crazy. And they all were like the same shape. And it wasn't a shadow, and it literally like flew through the wall. And everyone I showed was like, oh my gosh. Like, that's even the people that don't believe. I have one lady who is completely against that. And she works in my office, and she doesn't believe anything like that. And she was like, that was really weird. She's like, I've never seen
Wait till
anything
she
like that
meets me.
before. Right.
I think we should investigate your work now.
I know.
You can't tell me of places and not want to go.
I know. Well, we're not allowed to. I wish
I
we could,
know,
but
I
we're not allowed to. I really wish we could. But it was just so crazy, and they're like, "You brought it because you messed with all that stuff." Now that I'm hanging out with you, they're
Don't
like, "It's
blame
you."
me.
And that's how I was like, "It's not her fault." They were trying to blame me. They're like, "It's you. You're going out on all this stuff." And I was like, "No, it's not." But I did get the feeling to look at the camera right when it happened, and I caught it in
You
some
felt
eye.
something.
I did. It was weird. It was really weird.
See what happens when you hang out with me?
It
It's a big price to pay.
I
No,
know.
it's actually fun though.
was, yeah.
But I did notice the difference from the beginning when we met till now. You were a lot more jumpier
Right.
with spirits, and now look at her. I mean, she has a Raggedy Ann.
That's
She
right.
has Andy. She wants to, investigate
Right.
more. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
As long as I'm around.
You made me brave. That's how I said. I was like, I don't want anything
guys are
when
safe.
I'm not with her. Because I even was going to bring my ghost box the next day. And I was like, I'm not going to do this without Monica being here. I'm not messing with anything without Monica. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fun. Though.
But yeah.
I love doing investigations. My favorite places to go to is the cemeteries.
Yes. And, that,
And
hopefully,
I have
we will be
investigated a
doing
lot.
very
Yeah,
soon.
we're gonna be doing. I don't know. We might go live, but we never tell you guys the
That's
location.
right. Just a
Until the
cemetery.
end.
Because you'll see it's a cemetery. We just won't say which one. So.
Yeah, but well, real soon.
Very
Maybe
soon.
tomorrow.
Maybe. Hopefully. I hope so. So we'll see.
We investigated. My husband and I actually investigated a cemetery where they literally do satanic rituals.
I'm pretty sure the one we're going to, because we have family members that are in it. And when we went there, we saw roosters and chickens running around and stuff, which they use a lot for sacrifices. And it never used to be that way, but recently, like I would say the last year, every time you go, you just get a really negative, bad energy when you go in there. And so I know they have to be doing like some satanic ritual
Oh
or
yeah,
something. Have
definitely. We saw. We've actually investigated that one particular cemetery I'm talking about. I can't reveal where it's at
Right.
because we're gonna go back there. But I do have videos. I don't remember if I posted it. If not, I'm gonna definitely post it. But we saw bags and boxes of dead headless chickens,
to. Jesus.
which that's cutting a head off a chicken,
Right.
using their blood for satanic rituals. We saw a cow's heart and a tongue nailed to a tree as well.
Oh my gosh.
And so one night we were there, it was crazy. I mean, to a point where I started feeling uncomfortable. There's actually a witch that haunts that place.
Really?
And she attached herself to me and tried to come home with me, which I did not let.
Thank gosh.
Yeah. But during the investigation, she was trying to taunt
Like
me.
a bad witch, I'm assuming, right? Like a negative.
She was
yeah.
horrible. She was I can't repeat the words that she was saying, but it was I was like, if you were physically here, I would have wrapped my hands around your throat. I mean, she was just so negative and basically telling me this is her cemetery, her stomping ground. Get out. You can't be here. And I was like, no. This isn't yours.
Right.
And she was actually taunting the spirits there too.
Wow.
There's quite a few spirits I actually had to help set free
Wow.
because she was keeping them there. She wasn't letting them leave.
That's horrible. Wow.
Yeah. But cemeteries are fun though.
Yes. So we had to go to that one for sure.
Yeah.
Too. And then hopefully the other one, I know, like I said, it's my grandma's cemetery. It's just very, very haunted. And it was just negative, and it never used to be that way. So it's very sad.
Yeah.
But I know there has to be something going around.
Oh,
there.
I'll definitely find
Yeah.
out what's going on when
Yeah.
we go there. Most likely, when you do rituals, you open up portals, and so all these spirits pour in. So that could be the case too.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited.
I know, me too. Me too.
Yes, I'm trying to keep track of. Okay, so why don't we go over everything? Because I know people want to follow you, and she is better at posting stuff than me. I am terrible because I can't edit to save my life, so we always have to get someone to edit. It's just a nightmare, and I feel horrible bothering people. So
I'm not that good at it either.
but
I'm
you're
still.
quick. You could edit. You edit yourself. I can't edit for my life, so
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do. I don't know what button to push or anything. So she always gets her videos up. So go to her channel because she has everything. She posts it like the day of after we're done. So that's where people. It's
Monica Spirit Queen on YouTube. Monica Spirit Queen on Facebook. What else? Twitter. I mean, you name it. I'm all over. You can even Google me, and all my videos will pop up too at Monica Spirit Queen. So, and you know what's cool about our investigations and shows we do is you guys get to see both angles when we record. So not just mine, but Corey's as well.
Yeah.
So you know our side of what happened, what's going on, and what we didn't capture, they captured it. What they don't capture, we captured. So it goes hand in hand, and you guys could, you know, we try to cover like all angles of everything we do. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yes. Now and
And you won't miss a thing.
no, exactly. And I'm so excited about the equipment we got. I just went and because I was like, I'm going all for this. So I got everything I possibly could find. And there's so much more I think we're gonna try and get to because they're just inventing new stuff, and I'm really excited about it because I think it kind of proves to all the skeptics because they're like, oh, she could say whatever she wants. But when you actually have physical
proof,
equipment
right, yeah.
that you can't deny, it's like.
It basically validates everything I pick up.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally say, as you can tell, you know, in the beginning, my Ghost Radar was talking about classroom and, you know, the things that we were just talking about right now. So it validates everything I pick up. A lot of times, that's why a lot of people ask me, how come your investigations are so different than others? Number one, because they're real.
Yeah.
And number two, I use myself first.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I walk in, a lot of times I'll walk in a location where I know nothing about that place. I don't do a research on it. Of course, my manager does, just so we don't walk into something really dangerous.
Completely blind. Yeah.
Yeah, blindsided and dangerous physically. Spiritually, I'm not worried about. But, you know, I like to go into a location where I know nothing about. And, you know, things that I pick up on, and the reason why I use the equipments as I'm doing it is because it just basically validates what I am seeing, what I'm picking up on. And you know, and it's easier to debunk as well. So if something's going on with the camera or the equipment and it just doesn't go hand in hand, then I jump in and then I'm the one that validates the equipment.
Right.
So we work hand in hand, and I say, well, nope, the equipment is right. This is what I'm picking up on, or there's something else that's going on and we need to figure it out.
Gotcha. No, I think it's brilliant and it balances each other out perfectly. And
Definitely.
it's so crazy that there are so many skeptics and I really think it's just because people are scared and they don't want to believe and they don't know what to believe, so people are just scared. But you have just proved yourself time and time and time again, and you really are you're phenomenal. You're phenomenal. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I try.
And I saw you posted for 4th of July. You're doing a seance, correct? Okay, so tell people about that. How can they get involved with that? I think that would be very cool.
You guys could go to my website, monicaspiritqueen.com. Those who are interested, it is $100 because, you know, I figured I don't want to do a seance in my own home.
Right.
Only because there's going to be portals opening and all this
Absolutely.
good stuff, you know, and I already have enough things going on at home
Right.
with spirits. So I have a couple of places in mind where I want to rent a location where we can do it.
Yeah.
Those who, and I don't want to reveal it only because, you know, it's the 4th of July. I don't want just anybody walking in, you know, the public just walking in. So it's going to be a private seance.
Yeah.
And those who want to participate, go to my website, send me your phone number, send me your information, and, you know, and I'll get you booked in.
Yes.
And then I will tell you in private the location of where it's going to be and what time.
Yeah.
But it is in Vegas.
Yes.
So you guys have to come to me. Can I come to you for that one?
No, absolutely. That's the whole point of a seance. And
Yeah,
every seance
yeah. And my seances, again, they're a little bit different. I
Yeah.
love to do work and not copy anybody. All my work is different from everybody. I just
It is. Yeah.
put my head down and do my own thing and not care about what anyone else does. And so I do add a little bit to the seance, just to get that, have people physically feel it for themselves and be part of it, instead of me sitting there and saying, well, so-and-so came and said this about you, and the spirits are communicating and this is the message they're relating and all this stuff. So I do have, and you've experienced it, I do have people actually participate in the seance, and I don't want to say too much until the video comes out, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, and what I respect about your seance, it's not like, okay, because when I first heard we were having a seance, I didn't really know what to expect. And I don't know, when you ever see seance, it's like a scary, freaky, like, it sounds
Everybody
like
thinks all these
demonic,
demons are going to come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I chose Monica, so we'll go with it. And it was so positive, and it was such a different experience than what I was expecting, and even knew what to expect. And I really respected that about it. It was good. It was positive. It gave people a lot of closure. It was really a phenomenal way you did it, and it wasn't like a freaky, scary, like, oh my God, the devil's here.
And plus, I made it fun because I made people cry again.
Exactly.
Somehow I make people cry during my readings, but again, that should say how real it is, when people get emotional. And I did kind of spill the beans on that one particular guy that people didn't really know that his brother died.
Oh, right,
and,
yes.
And his temper
Yes.
problems. And I said, well, your brother is telling you to control your temper. And then afterwards, when he came up and he's like, because he was a skeptic in the beginning. I could tell he didn't really believe it. But the funny part was that in the end, he goes, you know what? I believe it now. I mean, how would you know that I even had a brother that died? Or even, and he was so stuck on his temper.
His temper, yeah. He's like,
nobody knows about my temper.
Yeah.
I said, I do. Now everyone else does too.
Right. No, it was very good, and I mean, just so much stuff you just got instantly, and I mean, it was so positive, and that's what was so cool about it. Really, I think it helped a lot of people and really confirmed a lot of things to them. And I know one lady there, she had a lot of horrible tragedies in her life, and you were so cool and helped her completely. And I know, like, she just felt.
Oh, the
like
one that I did a
$1,000,000.
private reading after, yeah.
It's just she felt like $1,000,000. So.
Oh, awesome! Cool. See.
Yes. So help a lot of people too. So sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, I thought I was kicking. Okay. But no, I just thought your seance was amazing, and it was so positive and cool, and I really think it was amazing how you handle the seances. So I think anyone
Thank you.
should go and get involved with it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's very cool.
definitely.
Yeah.
I decided I'm gonna start doing more seances.
Yes.
Instead of just individual readings, private readings. I do readings face to face over the phone. For long distance, a lot of times I do Skype.
Yeah.
So I don't use WhatsApp, and a lot of people ask me, so please don't ask me. No WhatsApp. It's either Skype or over the phone. If you guys want to give me a call, call me. If not, I'll call you. And be sure to leave your phone number. Like you said, you can't stress. I had just walked in. My phone doesn't stop going off,
Right.
with messages after messages, emails coming in. Yeah. And you guys have to respect the fact that the reason why I asked for a phone number, and I'm going to make this super clear for everybody that, spelling it out for people, but I don't have time to do email chats. I barely even have time to talk over the phone unless, if you guys want to talk to me, it has to be through an appointment.
Right.
Okay? Without an appointment, I don't talk to anybody. Right. And at the same time, leave a phone number, because I don't do email chat. I don't have time to sit there on my phone sending messages back and forth.
Yeah,
and don't send me a story, because I don't read that. Honest to God, I don't have time to sit there. And the thing that really gets to me is they will write a whole list of things that's going on, like a book basically.
Right.
without a phone number in the end. And I'm just like, I don't read it. I just go scroll all the way down. If you have a phone number, I will call you. And then we'll
Right.
do a direct chat, and then you could tell me everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna ask you the same questions over the
course.
phone anyway.
Yeah.
So don't waste your time. You guys are just gonna waste your time. So just leave a phone number, and without a phone number, I'm sorry, it just gets automatically deleted.
Yeah. No, I understand. So leave a phone number when
Yes.
you contact her. It's the main thing.
Big bold writing. Leave a phone number.
That's all your business card. You should just have a shirt that says "Leave a phone number." You should.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
Merch idea. You're
Merch
welcome.
idea, Monica Spirit Queen,
Leave a
or
phone-
leave a phone number. I'm stressing the. Oh my God. Okay.
There you go. I'm sorry. I'm such a business genius.
See why I work with her
That's
now?
right. That's
See
the
that?
reason why.
She's my brains. I forget things and she. No.
Now and then leave
You're
a phone
awesome.
number.
Leave a phone number. We should get that.
We really should. All your videos, you should be wearing different colors, everything. Just every day, we leave the phone number. Your
Absolutely.
new uniform.
That would be so funny.
That's hysterical. But yeah, so but everyone, please get in contact with her. She's just so amazing and really completely legit. And like I said, I can't really say that about a lot of psychics and mediums out there.
I can't
Of
either.
course, there's some real ones. I'm not saying there isn't, but they're very far and few in between, and she is completely legit. So and she's just proven that time and time again. And if you watch any of our videos or hers or any one of them, you'll see immediately.
Well, watch both of ours.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. But yeah. So thank you so much. Right. Silk.
Silk. We should do the shirts in silk.
There we go.
Everybody's jumping in to help out with the merch
There we
idea
go.
now.
It's
We might
new
have
merch.
silk shirts that says
Get
leave a
merch
phone
that
number.
was designed by a ghost.
Oh my God, that would be so funny.
That's so awesome.
Real quick with the haunted items.
Yes. Oh yes.
If you guys are not experienced with having a haunted item and things are going on around your house, I don't.
And I was, it was just his ringtone.
Okay.
I was like, what
I was
was
like,
that?
what is that? Do not keep a haunted item if you don't know how to keep yourself cleansed. You need to cleanse your home. Now, cleansing your home doesn't necessarily always mean that it's your intention to get rid of whatever's haunting in your home. You can still cleanse your home from possibly having other spirits come in. But, keeping yourself cleansed and keeping yourself blocked. So, spirits can be unpredictable. So if you do have a haunted item and you think it's so cool and something happens to you, don't say Monica did not say so. Because it does happen, And then also make sure the item is actually haunted when
Yeah.
you guys get it. Some people will just basically say, just for the sake of, earning a couple of dollars and selling their items and saying it's haunted. I have ran into a lot of people that said, oh, I purchased this item and it was really expensive and they said it was haunted, and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, no, it's not. You just wasted your money. So if you guys want me to check it out and see, you could always send it to me or bring it to me. Of course, I'll send it back to you. I have enough haunted items of my own. But if you guys, I think you guys should really get it checked out. But no, I don't recommend everybody to keep a haunted item, especially if you have pets or kids in the house, little kids in the house, because they go and mess with them. So I don't recommend. A lot of people have asked me this, and I'm glad we brought the topic up. I don't recommend everybody to have a haunted item.
Yeah.
And if you do, after watching this video, you don't want it anymore, you can donate it to me. I'm
Yeah.
a collector of haunted items. I love it.
Yeah. And just be careful. if
Just
you
be
have it.
careful.
Yeah, just-
You can definitely, like I said, donate it to me. And I do have a place where, I can't say where, but I do have a place where all my haunted items go. And they're very well taken care of, and nobody could touch it. Nobody could go near it. And, they're kept in a really good, safe spot. So
That's awesome. Yeah, man. There's some right there. So
just a few examples. I had a lot more, but,
yeah. No, I think it's awesome, and I think you're awesome. So I'm
Thank
excited.
you.
And,
So are you.
and hopefully tomorrow, and you might want to check our Instagrams or Facebooks or YouTube pages or whatnot, because
Social
we might
media.
be doing something interesting. Hopefully tomorrow night. So
Yeah,
we'll
you guys
see.
should be searching us all over the internet. We're
Yes.
constantly working on different projects, and we have a lot of good plans.
Big stuff. Coming
Different
up. Yeah.
locations, yeah.
And you never know when it's gonna happen, so keep up to date with us. Turn all our
Absolutely.
notifications on everything. So.
Absolutely. And sometimes when we go back to the same place a couple of times, it's because, we want to cover everything
Right.
in that location. Because, again, some people say, how come you went back to the place you were already there? It's the same
Right.
spot. And I said, because we covered this section of this location, now we're going to cover this section of it,
Right.
We just want to cover everything and get the stories and the history of the place. And,
Absolutely.
we do a thorough investigation. We
Yes.
don't just do half.
No, go full force.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're just amazing. So thank you so much for being on. And everyone, so it's Monica Spirit Queen on basically everywhere.
Monica Spirit Queen on everything. You guys can contact me, monicaspiritqueen.com. Phone number.
Leave a phone number.
I should have a recording that says that, and then
yes.
every day just post it until it gets in people's heads. You guys will
Brainwash
be
them into it.
you guys will be hearing it in your sleep. Leave a phone number. If you guys want a private reading, if you want us to come down and investigate your home, business, it doesn't matter. If you feel like it's haunted, we'll be happy to, we travel. Basically anything that has to do with spirituality, black magic spells. I do get a lot of contacts where people are saying that they're under a black magic spell. That goes with me having to do a reading first, because I want to get to the root of the problem. I want to find out exactly what is going on with that person. And then once I find out, of course, I let that person know during the reading, this is what's going on, and this is, what needs to be done or what I have to do to fix the problem. So just anything that has to do with the paranormal, haunting, spirituality, you name it. Poltergeist activities, exorcisms, anything.
Yes, I know a few people that need some exorcisms.
I've been thinking about that one.
I know. Yeah. I don't know. Something's up there. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody might be getting an exorcism by me really soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
Before something else happens.
Yeah, it's freaky stuff going on. But yeah, so keep up to date with everything. Follow her everywhere. Turn the notifications on. And leave a phone number if you're contacting her. So
I'm going to have you as my spokesperson from now on. Every time I do shows or videos or we do investigations.
I'll do a clip for you. Just throw it in there.
Yeah, she's going to be doing, you'll be hearing her voice. Leave a phone number.
That's scary too.
With the t-shirts coming out soon.
Yeah, well, it'll be awesome. But yes, so hats and t-shirts coming soon too.
Yeah,
So, there you go.
definitely. It'll be on my website. So, that's why Corey said it's important for you guys to follow both of us.
Yeah.
We promote each other and our work and shows and everything we do. So, we always keep the public updated on events, shows, videos, live readings. Sometimes I do live readings, things like that. So my merchandise, and I want you to have a merchandise too.
I'll think of something for me, but we'll worry about you.
But it's
now,
gonna have
'cause
to be
I
in
got
silk.
It has to be silk. Yeah.
Yeah, they said silk. But yeah, definitely. Once the merchandise comes out, I will be posting it on my website.
Yeah.
And so, just follow us.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Monica, for being on.
Thank you
Yes.
for having me. It's always
Yes,
fun.
I'm so excited, and very soon a cemetery investigation will be coming soon. So yes, so thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, please keep up to date with her. Follow her on all social medias. Contact her by leaving a phone number, and we will be having her on again next month, of course, because she is our amazing recurring guest. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, God bless.